Welcome to our midweek inspirational moment. This is Pastor Jay coming at you with the words of encouragement. I'm reminded about that woman who was faithful to God and to the servant of God. She did not do it for a reason other than her faithfulness. She was not trying to put on a show. She was not trying to draw attention to herself. Neither in her prayer request to God did she mention the thing that she really wanted in her heart. But she was just faithful in what she was doing for God. And because of her faithfulness, God rewards her. The prophet comes and says, surely there's something we can give this woman, but she asked of nothing. But he knew in her heart that she wanted a child. Her husband was old and he was old. She was barren and had not had a child, but in her heart, this is something that she wanted, although there's no record of her ever asking God for it. However, God gives it to her anyway. The Bible says that time passed and the child grew up, that the child had a stroke and the child died. She goes to her husband. Her husband asked, and she simply said, "It is well." She goes to the man of God, and his servant asked her, "How's everything?" And she said, "It is well." But then it is revealed that something is wrong. In essence, what she says is, why did you play with me? Why did you give me something to turn around and take it back? It wasn't even something I've asked you for. You was kind enough to give it to me, but then you took it back. It's almost as if you're toying with my emotion, you're playing with my feeling. This is the thought this woman had. This is how she felt in her spirit. And many times we kind of felt the same way, and we can identify with this woman how she feels if God is toying with her. Um, we've asked God for some things. He's given it to us only to discover that after a while He takes it back as if He loaned it to us and we thought it was permanent, but God takes it back. And how do you deal with the frustration when God gives you something and then He turns around and He takes it back? This woman had a simple response: it is well. Her attitude did not show her frustration initially, because in her spirit she still knew, if I could get to God about this problem that He had created, it would be well. And many times that's the same attitude you and I need to have in our life. When things do not go the way we plan, when God gives us something and turns around and seems like He's taking it back, to come up with that resolve in your spirit, it is well. And when we have a positive outlook on things, we have a positive inlook. Our outlook in terms of our attitude and how we respond to things. But when we can remember it is well with God, that means it is well with us, and He knows how to handle every situation. So there's no reason for us to get frustrated with what God is doing. Just trust Him when you cannot see His heart, when you cannot trace His hand. Just trust He knows best. This has been your inspirational moment. Pastor Jay saying, I love you. See you next time.